As our Tim Estiloz found out, there's also a lot of rock and roll in Gershon, too.
What do you expect me after all this time just to jump on you? Is that what you expect?
Sexy, edgy, and always in your face. Actress Gina Gershon is one of those tough character actresses that consistently grabs your attention whenever she's on the screen.
The moment you walk through that door with the scotch in your hand, you'll be covered. And that moment's the most important moment of the plan. Because if you're real enough, he's gonna believe you.
But currently, Gershon shows a softer, comedic side, co-starring with Hilary Swank.
Turn the knobby thing! You stop being so rude!
In the new film, P.S. I Love You. Gershon is one of a group of friends trying to console Swank following the death of her husband.
What did you enjoy most about the plot line of this film?
You know, I love the actual storyline of when someone you love desperately dies and you don't know how to get back on your feet, and they actually help you throughout the next year. It's like the last final gesture of love.
Hey, baby, surprise. I have a plan. I've written you letters. Letters that will be coming to you all sorts of ways. Now, you must do what I say, okay?
When that close person who you love so much dies, they're the one person you want to talk to about what you're going through, you know, and what am I supposed to do now? And then they're gone. So the idea that they could actually send you letters and tell you, God, I mean, I've wished that a lot in my life.
Gershon's life on film has been one filled with diverse characters. From a witchy Vegas dancer in the campy and controversial film Showgirls.
You are a whore, darling.
No, I'm not.
We all are. We take the cash, we cash the check, we show them what they want to see.
To a hard-as-nails legal counsel for a major TV network in The Insider.
Well, with tortious interference, I'm afraid the greater the truth, the greater the damage.
Come again?
They own the information he's disclosing. The truer it is, the greater the damage to them. If he lied, he didn't disclose their information, and the damages are smaller.
Now, I've enjoyed your career for a long time. You have played femme fatales, you have played sexy bad girls, you have done, you know, a lot of different kinds of roles. Is it true that some of your own personality is in some of those characters?
I think you mentioned my music when we sat down. I think that's probably more truthful for me and who I am, and I think those other parts that I played have really been character roles. You know, so it's good to get it. It's kind of like an alter ego or something getting out.
Every 6 minutes, a woman cries, because every 6 minutes, her pleas are denied. No one's asking for it. It's the woman's secret desire.
There are a lot of actors out there who dabble in playing in a band. You are very serious about your music. Tell us about that.
Well, you know, I started off doing music. I was just a song and dance girl when I started, you know, before I was acting, and I would sing and I would dance, and that's how I made my living. And then I decided to be a serious actress. You know, I have a lot of musicians in my family, so and during that time, you had to kind of choose one or the other, and I thought, oh, I know, I want to be a very serious actress. And then once I started singing again, I did a Broadway show. I did cabaret on Broadway, and I realized, oh my God, I love singing. I forgot about it, and then I was asked to play this punk rocker in this movie, Pray for Rock and Roll. Sal, I know it sounds stupid when you say it out loud, you know, corny, whatever, but it's true, man. Music was the one thing that helped me. In the last year and a half, I really wanted to find my true voice and not be a character musician, because I feel like I'm a character actress. So I took a couple years and really figured out, you know, it's a much more personal journey, because, you know, you're writing your own stories and trying to make them universal. But the band I put together a great band, and I had amazing musicians who would come to me saying, don't you want me to play on your album? Who are friends of mine, people like, you know, Slash or Christian McBride, Ivan Neville.
You seem more comfortable around musicians than actors. Is that the case?
I absolutely am more comfortable. It's not more comfortable. I enjoy being around musicians more than actors, as in a general sense. I mean, maybe it's because I grew up with musicians. You know, I always had musicians around the house, or, you know, my uncle had an orchestra, and there's always amazing. You know, I'd go downstairs and Dave Grusin or Henry Mancini would be playing the piano, and I'd, you know, start dancing around. I mean, I grew up You know, my Uncle Jack was an amazing musician with music. So actors are fun. I find sometimes they're a little not, they're harder to get to, you know, or they're more insecure. And musicians, I find, I think there's a reason why it's easier to transition from musicians to actor than actor to musicians. Because musicians, you're playing, it is who you are. You're expressing really who you are. You're writing the lyrics, you're playing the music. It's a much more intimate process.